and gentlemen, welcome to the Waiting for Trivia show, where we talk about the trivial, and we kind of wait for trivia. What is the name about anyway? We never really addressed that. Never mind. I'd like to welcome my co-host, Justin Nickel. Justin Nickel, and a very important thing that I want to mention about Justin Nickel is he has a comedy show on June 30th. June 30th. You guys saw that on the little the stream starting soon thing. June 30th. Comedy Brawl is back at the House of Comedy in BC. So welcome, Justin, to the Waiting for Trivia show.
Thank you very much, Mark. We are going to definitely rehearse and work on that intro. Little wordy. No, I love you, buddy. I love you. That is my co-host, Mark B. I don't say his last name because I can't speak French and he hates it when I do it. So Mark B. And I am happy to be here. And I'm happy to introduce our co-host for this week, our guest host, Mr. Quinn Beasley. Quinn, what's up, man? How you doing, dude?
Great, man. Thanks for having me. This is a cool show you guys got.
Thanks, buddy. Yeah, you're going to love it once we get into this shit, because I know you've been dealing with a lot of the setup, and you're like, Jesus Christ, these guys are anal. Yes, we are. But it's because we want our 10,000 fans who watch us every single week. We have 10,000 people viewing us right now.
Amazing.
We want them to get the best show possible. That's why we brought you on, bro. I love working with you. You were with me when we did that secret illegal comedy show in the park, remember?
That was ridiculous.
And then that chick was mad at you, and she comes up to the park that everyone's enjoying the show. Everyone's having a great time. And she's like, can you turn it down? And then Quinn's like, this isn't even my show. I'm just doing a set on the side of a hill. And then she gets mad and throws your Starbucks at me.
To be fair, like, I called her fat and shit. And I didn't just say that. Like, I was pretty mean. Like, I deserved to have coffee thrown at me. You did it. But, like, I didn't just say, hey, we're just doing a show. Like, she was shirtless with her gut hanging out with her titties flopping around. So,
and then the way Quinn handled it, I just fell in love with the guy. I was like, I got to have this guy on my show. I want to do shows with him. So that's why he's here tonight. And we got a fun show. And tonight is a little different. I decided to invite a bunch of comedians. Quinn, if you don't know this is kind of a comedian's show now. The chat is hilarious and filled with comics. And I wanted to invite them to come on. If they chat with us tonight, we're going to give them shout outs, and then we're going to shout out their side projects. So I see in the chat right now, we got Dave Kopp with Misfortune Cookies. We were advertising earlier. We got John White. Love you, John. He does his Master Jam Theater on Facebook Live. We got JR Comedy. He's got Luna Lounge Legend. Comedy. We advertise that. I'm going to get to you all eventually. I can't do you all right now, but just keep chatting. Funniest comments going to get shouted out, and eventually we're going to have prizes for funniest comments and all that stuff. So just thank you to everyone. Let us know what you think. Like and subscribe, please. I see right now we got 10,000 people, so we should get at least 9,000 likes and subscriptions, okay?
At least 9,000. Yeah.
Exactly. Quinn, what do you got going on right now? Quinn, you got you're back to busking?
Yeah, I'm street performing again. Yeah.
Right on, man.
So I have a job again.
That's awesome. And you said Mark and me were laughing at you because you said you had what problems? What problems did you have this week?
I had unicycle problems.
What is that?
In the real man problems.
What does that even mean?
Unicycle.
Yeah, just fucking my chain wouldn't go on right, and then it was just a fucking nightmare. Then the part I need to replace it, they don't make anymore. And then blah blah blah. You know, like, and they know everyone uses COVID as an excuse as to why they can't do their fucking job. Yeah, I can't send it to you because of COVID.
I know. If I had a dime every time someone told me they couldn't repair my unicycle, I tell you.
Dude, literally, half my fucking life is just fixing my unicycle. I don't know how you fucking manage, bro. But also, Quinn has an awesome podcast that I love. I've been really enjoying it. It's called The Bro Show. But did you rename that?
I'm trying to. I mean, it's still, if you look it up, it's still called The Bro Show with Quinn Beasley, but I'm trying to get rid of it.
Yeah, because I thought it did sound a little bit,
it's gay as fuck. It really is.
Right.
And for all the wrong reasons.
Well, hey, man, listen, you got to deal with that. You do you. I'll support you. I don't care. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but you do what you got to do, man. So check.
Dude, I got painted fingernails.
Okay. Oh, so you're on both sides of you cut the grass on both sides of the fence then. That's fine. Cool.
That's right.
See, we're progressive. We
Very
might be three
progressive.
white
Super
guys. We might be.
Super
there might be
progressive.
there might be a lot of white guy on this, but we're still progressive. All right.
Yeah.
You want to get started, Mark, or what did you want to do, Mark?
We'll get started. A couple of comments from the chat. So, hey guys, in the chat, we're depending on you to have fun. We don't have fun if you guys aren't talking shit in chat. So please, just keep the chat going. I want to say hello to John White, one of our mods. JR, one of our mods. David Cobb says, I hope the government gets through their backlog and arrest Justin and Quinn. They belong in prison. I don't disagree. I don't disagree.
Sure.
Well, you look hard enough through my Facebook. I'm sure you'll find something to arrest me for. So that's fine. I've made peace.
I was trying to get in trouble for doing illegal comedy shows because I wanted the press.
Right.
Because there's a guy in Toronto that got like in shit for opening his restaurant, and he got tons of press and he got all these followers. I was like,
2
fuck
million.
yeah, I'm gonna keep doing illegal shows. And when they caught me, the cunts just gave me a warning, and I got no press.
That's a good idea, actually. Dude, absolutely.
The VPD don't give a shit. That's why they're like, hey, you should stop. Otherwise, we'll have to do our jobs. So
Yeah, it's almost like they got other things to worry about.
Yeah, I don't care.
Maybe try to combine comedy with assault. I hear like that'll get you.
No, that doesn't work.
No,
that held me back for about a year. You know who you are, and you deserved it.
Yeah,
so.
he's not in chat right now. I'm pretty sure.
No, he's not.
Did you assault a comedian?
All right.
Hey.
All right. So the
all
first
right,
story. The first story.
We're gonna talk about this later.
This is we're gonna have an after dark invite only
Yes.
little Discord session maybe after we can.
Because if you did, I like you more now, Justin.
Oh, he sure did. He sure did. It's one of the reasons why I fell in love with Justin. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. We'll tell you all about it after.
All right, gentlemen. Let's talk about the first story. All right, what do we love more here on the show than road rage? Right? It's one of our favorite things.
Well, it's because I relate to it so heavily. Guys, I became a truck driver after I knew that rude people and traffic were my two biggest triggers. I hate myself, and this is why this story brings warmth to my heart. Quinn, can you see the video? You're going to have to see this video, bro.
Let me move over to the. Okay,
yeah, he won't be.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe he'll be.
I can see it.
Okay. So I'll play it in the background here. So this happened in Alberta, right?
Yep. Alberta, BC. Just outside of Canada.
Where all good things happen.
All right, I'll start the video right now. So, what can you describe a little bit what happened, Justin?
So basically, this RAV4, this little RAV4, was holding up traffic. The Suburban honked at him, and they started yelling at each other. So a girl trailing a couple cars back starts filming it, and apparently the Suburban, a RAV4 was brake checking the Suburban, so the Suburbans passed them, and then the RAV4 didn't like that, and they started screaming. Then they pull off the highway, and the guy in the RAV4 punches the Suburban's rear view mirror, and then he just immediately regrets that decision. So let's hope Mark can get here we go. He pulls up and he punches the rear view mirror, and he tries to drive away, and the Suburban's like, oh no, you didn't. And the Suburban just literally like fulfills all of our deepest, darkest road rage fantasies and bends this RAV4 around his front end and just pushes him into traffic, like giving zero fucks. Like that was that dude's last day on this planet. He was like, I'm gonna die. I don't give a shit. And he's like, this RAV4 bitch ain't getting away with this. And when I watched this, it just brought warmth to my heart. Like every time I hear on the radio that a cyclist was hit by a car downtown, I'm like, oh yes, chalk one up for the good guys.
Absolutely.
You don't ride a bike though, right, Quinn? Just a unicycle.
Yeah, I fucking hate cyclists.
Yeah, okay, so we're on the same page then. We're on the same page. You ever have road rage? You ever have road rage?
Yes.
All right, we're gonna need more from you, Quinn. This is sort of the way the show works.
You know what's interesting? My road rage doesn't even happen when I'm driving. It's when I'm walking and I see a cyclist, I just rage. It's like, they're the most entitled cunts in all of Vancouver. It's unbelievable. And like Vancouver drivers are entitled, but at least they're not self-righteous while doing so.
Exactly.
Cyclists are entitled and they think they're saving the fucking world.
And Vancouver drivers are garbage. They're terrible drivers. Okay. They're on their phones. They're on their phones half the time. And you're like, I'm going to ride a bike in traffic and you have to watch out for me. It's like, you ever hear that expression? Don't bring a knife to a gunfight. Yeah. Well, don't bring a bike to a car fight. Okay.
Yeah.
Idiot. Like, oh my God, I almost got hit by a car today. Drivers are so bad. And us drivers are like, yeah, really? We've been doing that for fucking 100 years. You stupid
And the
cyclists.
thing is,
Get your ass.
since building the bike lanes, they've gotten more annoying, not less.
I know.
Like they've gotten more entitled and shitty.
How about this? They were kicked off the curb, right? Because pedestrians couldn't put up with them. Now they're on the roads. It's cars can't put up with them, so we had to make them their own lanes. Clearly, they're the problem. You're the problem. You and your matching American Express fucking uniform, like you're going out to win the Tour de France. You shaved your legs. You cycle to work every morning. You're going for a personal best. You shaved your legs, Jim. Oh my God! Don't talk to me.
A couple of comments from chat here. John White says, I'm with Quinn on this one. Rage as a pedestrian is real. I get that too. You know what really pisses me off is when a driver stops right over the pedestrian walking line. You know, they're like at a red light. Their car is half into the pedestrian crossing section. I fantasize about jumping on the hood and just fucking going to town. David Kopp says Quinn has road rage on his unicycle. When he gets mad, he juggles an extra pin.
John just said, "Chris, I'm done, Miami." He said, when I read the article, it said bat, and I thought the animal. What are you talking? He attacked him with a fucking bat, like an actual bat. God damn it, John.
I just want to make it clear that I ride a unicycle for entertainment, not transportation. Anyone who rides a unicycle for transportation is a fucking loser.
We've seen
and
them.
If you see them, you should make fun of them and shame them.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why we thought it was funny when you told us your biggest problem this week was the unicycle problems. We were like, holy fuck, how long does this guy ride his unicycle? But Ty Boissonant, he's going to kill me for that. All you French people hate me with the way I pronounce your last name.
Yeah.
Ty Boissonant. By the way, Ty is the producer, creator, host of Ty Went On YouTube. We love you, Ty. Huge Habs fan. We're going to get into the Habs a bit later. That's why he's here. He says in the chat, I'm all about that bus rage. I hear you, buddy. Listen, I'm going to tell you this, and then I'll tell you all this.
Ty, why are you still riding a bus?
Probably poor life decisions, I would imagine.
Oh, man.
Right?
Yeah.
But I'll tell you this one more time. If one more fucking person turns on a bus while I'm sitting and hits me with their wet backpack during a rainy day, I'm going to blow the whole fucking bus up. No fucking speed. Got to stay above 60. I'm just blowing the whole fucking thing up. I'm taking you all with me. I can't stand that shit. And yeah, I get rage. I get rage all the time. And if anyone farts on a bus or a SkyTrain, I'll fucking kill your whole family. I swear to God.
All right,
I swear to God.
we got some more banter.
Justin, didn't you have road rage like not too long ago? I heard a story from someone that you maybe had.
Hold on.
Yeah.
As Justin Nichols' lawyer, I want to say that the following story is alleged, it is all alleged. Any person or place that you think is real is completely a fabrication. So whatever you're about to hear did not happen.
So hypothetically, you might have heard the story about someone in a cab purposely slamming the cab door open on my car right beside the cab. And hypothetically, you might have heard that someone jumped into the cab to discuss why that person felt that was necessary to do. And hypothetically speaking, that might have been that person's third cab fight. Like some people have never been in a fight in their life. I've been in 3 fights just inside of a cab. So just something to think about the next time you want to argue with me about the state champ. Anyways, all right, let's move on.
All right, gentlemen. The next story is kind of a techie story. Any techie people in chat that can help me walk the gentleman, because these guys are comics, they're not going to fucking understand anything about this story. This is about computers, guys. So there was a huge outage earlier. Was it this week, Justin? Or no, it was
late last week.
Late last week. That's right. So there was a huge outage where pretty much all of the internet went down. And what ended up happening is that this thing called AWS, Amazon Web Servers, which hosts, as it turns out, the majority of the internet now. That's one thing. Amazon, you think they're only dominating?
I don't like that.
No.
It's fucking scary.
Fuck.
It is fucking scary. So almost all of the internet, not kidding, is on AWS. And if AWS goes down, a bunch of shit goes down too. Here's a quick list of the sites that went down in this one thing. So Reddit, Twitch, Amazon, Stack Overflow, PayPal, Etsy, Shopify, Vimeo, and AWS, Amazon Web Services. So yeah, I mean, it is getting kind of scary, and I think
I have a theory.
it is scary
Sorry.
to think that there's one point of failure for most of the internet. And if you're a conspirafact person, because here we don't deal in any conspiracies, we only deal in true confirmed things, conspirafacts. There's something definitely weird about all the hacks that have been happening recently, right? We had the pipeline hack. Now we had the meat. I don't know if you guys caught that, but there was a big hack with the meat supply place, and now this. So what are we getting set up for? Is this a globalist takeover?
No, I think it's billionaires having pissing contests like we were talking about earlier. I think Amazon was attacked by Elon motherfucking Musk because we're going to get into a story later because Elon got attacked and this is what these guys are doing. Dude,
What?
Bill.
Isn't it clearly China that's doing this?
Well, yeah, but we're having fun. We're having fun.
Oh, okay. Okay. Sorry.
It could easily be China.
My bad.
No, I think, no, but China is, but Russia is in there too.
It's
I
totally
think there's
China.
It's a WrestleMania thing right now going on. I think everyone's got their thing, but don't think Bill Gates is going down without swinging. He got thrown under the fucking Epstein bus, and he's going after.
Yeah, what the fuck? Why did the media turn on him? He was their boy forever, and then all of a sudden, there's no way that was like for no reason.
And you know
Right.
what's weird about that is, like now he was getting thrown under the bus, right? Epstein, all this crazy shit. Where is he now? I guess the media just decided, we're just gonna let him disappear. So because Bill Gates was on TV every day with Melinda talking about vaccines and doing all this stuff.
Yeah,
they were like a part of
was
our
the
daily
darling.
lives. Exactly.
Yeah.
So something happened. He must have didn't deliver the adrenochrome like he should have, or whatever he's supposed to do. And the media turned on him, and now there is no trace of him. And the media, just as much as as quickly as they turned on him, now they've let him go.
Well,
Interesting.
I think they're going to wait for the mass grave at Epstein Island to show up of all the people that Bill Gates killed. And then once that smooths over, Bill will be right back in business. So I go a little hard in the paint. But for real, Bill Gates buying up all the farmland. Bezos starts buying up all the farmland. Elon starts to go to space. Elon starts to go to space. Bezos has to start going to space. And then, you know what I mean? Like there's this whole weird thing. And then you got China, Russia, all this stuff involved. This seems deliberate. And we're going to explain why I think later, because there's another huge story that we're going to hit with the billionaire beat stuff. And I just love that this is now turning into the Kardashians. Like we're watching the billionaires and like the attacks on them, like we watched the Kardashian show. And I think it's fucking phenomenal. I think it's phenomenal.
It's great. Why would listen, there's so many billionaires. Why would you decide to be in the public eye when you have that much money? Why don't you just take your money and fuck off?
Exactly, man. So there's way more to this with Elon fucking with crypto and stuff. But let's talk the chat. John says Justin is the John Wick of cab fights. That's a front runner for fucking comment of the night. JR Comedy laughed at that and he goes, comedians are very low on the IQ chart. We
speak for yourself, buddy.
Yeah, creatively. Wow, I just fucking proved his point. Thanks.
I'm with Jay on this.
James Hofstadter, Jesus, that's a fucking eye chart of a last name. James says, Justin, that Suburban was a Ford T250 or a Ford F350, and James is a car genius. He is James the Car Nerd on Instagram. Check him out. He's posting stuff all the time. So he knows his shit. Sorry, James, I didn't think that was the most important part of the story, but keep it factual. John White says, don't bring facts into this, Quinn. And JR Comedy loves conspirafacts. He's waiting for conspirafacts. And man, chat, keep going. By the way, I only see 4 likes for the stream, and we got 11,000 people. Not good enough. Can you guys please hit the like button and keep talking to us? All right, let's go for the next one.
And subscribe.
Like,
yeah. And I just want to thank the mods again. If anybody gets out of line in chat, or insults us, or insults our appearance, or anything, you mods, I mean, we're not going to tell you what to do, but Use your power.
Yeah.
Use your power.
Hey, listen, Quinn's got like Stan Eminem album 2 hair. Like, come on, you're just gonna leave that alone? You're not gonna say anything about that?
I'm actually insulted. Not one gay joke yet. Like, what the fuck?
So yeah,
fuck?
I thought we had comics in the chat here. I don't know.
You know what? I knew that you carried that rainbow lanyard around just as like a little bait, like just to get chirped. So you have a stock joke ready to go, don't you?
You remember my lanyard? That's hilarious.
All right.
Yeah, man, I remember everything about you. I remember also he posted a photo of himself with his butt like just naked backwards, and then I looked at Quinn's fucking friend list. Was just fucking 2,000 gay dudes just added Quinn overnight.
Thirsty.
I think I got posted in some gay group because I actually got 2,000 friend requests in 24 hours.
Damn.
It was fucking insane. And if I go to my spam folder, it's just dicks. It's insane.
Dude, you got to expose these guys. Let's have a fucking dick pic segment and we'll just expose dudes sending you dick pics.
You know, they would video call me and I would get Byron to pick up and talk to them. It was fucking hilarious.
Good comedy friend, Byron Bertram. Byron Bertram, good comedy friend.
He's not fat, but he's not me. You know what I mean? So what is crazy is these gay dudes didn't even give a fuck. They kept jerking off, even though it was Byron that picked up. They'd just be like, hey, like fucking, they don't care.
That's hilarious.
Savages.
James in the chat says that he hopes Quinn's going to cover some Eminem singles. And JR Comedy says, Quinn, what does he say? Quinn says, can I ban JR says, can I ban Justin? Dude, I'm getting chirped by one of our moderators. We've literally lost the power struggle here.
Hey, you heard me, JR. I mean, even if Justin gets out of line, do what you must. Do what you must.
Don't worry. My internet connection will do it for you. All right, what's the next one?
All right, Jen. So we had a big fight last Sunday. Last Sunday was probably the biggest boxing event in all history, you know, some might say.
Relax.
All right,
Jesus.
so it was the Logan Paul Mayweather fight, just a premier boxing event of skill and prowess.
Oh my God!
And
I'm gonna fight Mark.
Let's see. Some people seem to think that it was fake, that the fight was kind of a setup a little bit. I don't know if I watched it. It looked totally legit to me. But Logan Paul says, shut the fuck up. Stop trying to discredit what happened last night. Logan Paul hits back at claims that his fight with Floyd Mayweather was fixed after boxing legend was accused of stopping YouTube star from falling to the canvas. Ooh.
Okay. Well, I'm going to say this. I watched the fight, so I'll take the lead on this. Quinn, you can follow up after me. I watched the fight, and there was a moment where I realized that they weren't going to knock each other out, that Mayweather wasn't going to knock him out, and he wasn't going to try. There was a point where Logan Paul was so tired that he couldn't hold his hands up. Like, he was so exhausted. And Floyd would do like one big haymaker attempt and kind of miss and then clinch and yada, 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 and hit him. Floyd basically let him know, listen, I could end you at any fucking moment, and I don't give a shit. I'm making $100 million. I'm still going to let you know that I could beat you if I wanted to, but I'm not going to finish you. And I think that was the deal, because Logan Paul brought the crowd, but Mayweather won the money. I mean, Logan Paul still won $20 million or made $20 million. Like, that's not a bad day. That's not a bad day. But he brought the whole audience, right? Like, Mayweather's crew didn't come to watch that shit. Well, you know what? I think a lot of people like me illegally streamed it because we don't want to support this fucking circus, right? But I tuned in to watch Mayweather knock him out. And then when I watched it, I knew right away by like the second round, I'm like, he's not going to knock him out. He's not going to knock him out. But it just goes to show you that there is a market for this type of circus. You know what I mean, Quinn?
Why are you using circus as a derogatory term, you cunt?
All right.
I forgot. Sorry. Yeah. They, them. I'm sorry, they, them. I didn't mean to upset you.
It's fucking hilarious.
Quinn, they, them. All right. Here's what I mean, though, is that I think this was planned. They think we didn't do anything wrong. It's an exhibition. There was no judges. There were no judges. There was going to be no decision. So, like, literally, the only way it could have been ended is if Mayweather knocked him out, and he didn't, and he looked like he didn't want to. So, here's the crazy part of this whole thing, though. Logan Paul, okay, the heavyweight champion of the world, Francis Ngannou from the UFC, tweeted out immediately after he was at the event. He said, let me get this straight. An amateur boxer with an 0-1 record just fought an exhibition and made $20 million. I'm the heavyweight champion of the world. Like, what are we doing wrong? right? Because Francis Ngannou made like $1 million to fucking win the championship in MMA. Logan Paul isn't even a fighter. He makes 20 million. So now Logan Paul and Jake Paul have turned the heat on to Dana White, and they're like, why aren't you paying your fighters more? Why aren't you paying your fighters more? And now we've opened up a can of worms, and I'm telling you right now, Jake Paul's going to get Ray Donovan any day now.
Dude, those kids are awesome, man. They are.
Love them or hate them, they're stirring shit
they're
up.
great.
They're stirring shit up.
They're great, man. They're the definition of like not needing an industry to succeed, which is what every comic should strive for, is ripping away the power from the gatekeepers that are able to like exploit the workers and their fighters. And these guys go in the ring, do irreversible damage to their brain, and then walk away with like not enough money to sustain themselves for the rest of their career, especially if they get an injury. That's fucked.
Well, that's okay. But we have to remember there are tiers, right? So there's guys that like, they get it. There's 700 fighters in the UFC, and like 400 of them aren't that great. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so they'll get like 50 grand to show up and 50 grand if they win. So they'll win 100 grand if they win, and that's like in the lower ranks, right? But like the dudes who are making the money, who are doing the pay-per-views, the guys who are making $1 million, they should be getting 5 million instead of 1 million. But then what Dana White's doing is, there's a lot of overhead, man. Like the UFC has an event every week. They have an Apex Center. They have a fucking institute where all the fighters can go and train and be fed and be coached, and they take care of bills, and they do travel, and they do all these things. It's a league, right? Boxing is like just events, separate promotions with no overhead about like any of that stuff. So the UFC is different in that regard, but he's trying to make it not corrupt like boxing. Like, dude, come on. Boxing's so corrupted. You go to England and a dude will like literally get knocked out, and all the gypsy judges who like owe money to like the mob will be like, that guy I didn't see nothing.
Yeah.
That's the problem. So the UFC, I think there's gonna be a fine balance. They do need to pay him a little bit more. I don't know about a lot more, but I just find it funny that Jake and Logan Paul are stirring shit up so bad, and everyone wants them to get knocked out, and they've had a pretty good run of neither of them being knocked out. So
I love it.
Keep it going. Keep it fucking going. I hate their guts, but keep it going.
Why? Why do you hate them?
Because I think there's a point where you need to come back down to reality, and they're perfect at pretend. Like Logan Paul, I like. Jake Paul,
Logan's definitely the more likable of the two, like by a mile. Yeah.
And honest and just humble. Jake Paul is he's got this crazy fucking narcissistic fucking mentality.
Neck tattoo, grills. It's like, what are you doing, man?
He's gonna get hammered one night, or he's gonna do like DMT or do like fucking too much coke, and he's gonna be like, shoot me, I'm bulletproof.
Oh yeah.
If we're lucky.
And so, yeah, if we're lucky. All right, next one.
Well, a couple of comments here, because I mean, I guess the fact.
Let's get to the chat.
Yeah, the fact that we have to deal with here is that boxing is fake now. So now, so UFC, we learned last week. We discussed this, and this is what these guys are saying, because Logan Paul confirmed he will now fight the car used in the Street Fighter 2 minigame. Anyway, if you're not a nerd, you won't. And then JR says E Honda. Yeah, he should maybe fight E Honda. Basically, UFC is just some trumped up video game like Street Fighter 2 or Mortal Kombat or whatever you want to call it. Boxing is completely fake now. So my question is there a single sport that is not the equivalent of wrestling?
Well, I mean, we're gonna get to it later with baseball. There's a lot of fucking weird shit going on in baseball, right? I mean, there's a lot of look, dude. There's like a documentary with a guy who claims he's rigged every sport and every decade, that he's rigged at least one event in every sport. So for gambling purposes. But I'll tell you this right now, we are in Japan. They did this actual thing, right? They took wrestling and real combat sports and mixed it. So the fighters would fight real fights. It was called Pride. And fighters would have storylines and contractual obligations, like storylines to follow after and before the fight. And then they have to go really fight. And they were on the steroids.
That's awesome.
They were on all of the steroids. Japan knows how to do it.
Dude, roid them up.
Roid them up. Get them to fuck each other's wives. Get like the blood boiling. You know what I mean? And like fucking document it, and then let them kill each other. Like we need
that. Would be awesome.
MMA needs a murder. If you want to get above the just murder someone in the ring, and then all of a sudden,
Yeah.
you know, no news is good news, or what is it? Bad news is good news. What the fuck is this saying?
Yeah.
Any
no,
news
All
is good
press
news.
is good press.
There you go.
That's
Bad
right.
press is good press. Yeah, there it is.
MMA needs its Apollo Creed moment where someone dies
Yes.
in the ring, right? I mean,
Yes.
that's the next step.
Yes. And I volunteer Jake Paul.
Tyler Buessano says, when are they going to fight each other? That's the goddamn fight right there. That's a good question because
I will tell. Sorry, go ahead.
no, go ahead.
Nope.
Go ahead.
I'll tell you when. It's when one of them loses. As soon as one of them loses to a legit fighter, which Jake Paul is going to lose to Tyron Woodley, mark my fucking words, he's going to lose to Tyron Woodley. And if he doesn't, then I'm just going to find, like, look, I respect their hustle. I hate them as athletes. Okay. And that's what I mean by that's fair. And Tyron Woodley, 5-time champ, welterweight. He's a wrestler, but he can still bang. And there's a difference between being hit by, you know, Ben Askren or some fucking YouTuber or Nate Robinson and Tyron Woodley. So Tyron Woodley, literally, this is your Star Wars moment. You are our only hope. Obi-Wan, Tyron Woodley, you are our last hope. Get this dude. Get this dude with the same haircut as Quinn Beasley, please.
That's hilarious. Already, let's.
Yeah, no surprise. I like them. Hey.
Jess Mraz says, I'm ashamed I even watched the fight. She watched it with me on our daughter's tablet because my fucking computer blew up. Thanks, fucking Apple. We watched it together and we're just like, what did we just watch? James says, if they do a Breaking Bad remake, Mark would be Walter White. Mark would be a good Walter White. Jesus, James, always doing the celebrity lookalikes. I love that.
Oh, yeah.
JR Comedy says he's a huge Paul Brothers fan. Like I said, Jay doing the Luna Lounge shows. He's got me on next week and the week after. Or 2 shows in a row bi-weekly, so come check that out. Comedy's back in Vancouver. And Quinn, you're going to be on my show in July, right?
Yeah, I'm in one of the Luna Lounge shows as well.
Oh, we're going to have a good time.
I think the same night as you, yeah.
We're going to have a good time. You can bring my fucking coffee mug back that you stole from me. It's all my fault. I was like, hey,
so I can throw it at you.
Yeah, exactly. Ty says, Uncle Dana is going to get this podcast pulled real quick. Yeah, Uncle Dana is not liking the shade being thrown, and he's getting real aggressive. So that makes you think they're making a lot more money. By the way, UFC owned by a group mainly out of the United Arab Emirates. So they're owned by
really?
They got Sheikh money. Yeah, or Sheikh money. Jake will eventually mature like Logan. Oh, JR is really going hard in the Paul brother camp. Like he's like their fucking parent. He's like, he just needs to mature. I see the good in him.
Have you guys seen the Paul brothers' dad?
No.
Oh man, I'm not going to go into it, but treat yourself if you have a second. Go watch a video or one of their podcasts where their dad is on. Oh my god.
Okay. All right.
It explains a lot. Yahoo the Dude says, love the diversity on this panel. So mods, can you please watch this guy? Yahoo the Dude, you're on a short leash already, man. You're just
is that Yassine Ali?
Yeah, you're walking in here and you think you can just start shit and start talking shit about us. So mods, don't ban him yet, okay? Don't ban him yet. But you're on a short leash, buddy. Okay.
Also, yes, good to know that he got banned from Facebook for 7 days for being racist towards me, saying you wanted to fight my white ass. What does that mean? I don't know, but he got banned for 7 days, and I was the first person he messaged, and I was like, yeah, you deserve it. You deserve it, buddy. I was offended. how you brought up my heritage and what my color of my ass is, because that has no bearing in how much you hate me. Yahoo the man. But way to be a hero and call out the diversity card. You got 7 internet points just there by doing that. 7.
Attaboy. Here's your internet attaboy. Okay,
yeah,
you get to keep it. Okay.
Cash in 10 and you get an apple.
Yeah. Here's your little attaboy. Okay. Attaboy, yes. All right. So the next story is let's see. Oh, it's a follow up on one of the stories we talked about last week, gents. So I hear that this spooked a couple of people here during the Conspirafact segments last week. I talked about this mystery prions disease that is spreading in New Brunswick. So there's this outbreak of what is the equivalent of mad cow disease, which is like a degenerative neurological condition that turns your brain into Swiss cheese, essentially. Your personality changes. You have trouble walking around and keeping your balance. You become extremely aggressive. I mean, and we still don't really have a good understanding of where prions, which are related, by the way, to dementia, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, all these diseases, the root of them are prions, and we still don't understand what the fuck prions are. And I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
We have no real idea how this happens.
Right, but the thing is going from cows, so it's transferred from cows to people now in New Brunswick, and like 6 or 7 people have died from this. And doctors don't know what the fuck is going on.
They don't know. So, I mean, we usually talk about stories, and then big outlets like Vice and the New York Times follow on our heels and cover them. So now the New York Times is reporting mysterious brain syndrome stumps Canadian doctors. So now, I mean, this is something that even predates COVID. It's something that's been around for about 5 years. It started in a few people where there were like these sudden and aggressive personality changes. And now it is actually spreading. And doctors are extremely concerned. There's neurologists from all over the world that are coming to New Brunswick. And it's Acadians, by the way. It's French Canadians in New Brunswick that are getting it. Well, so
that makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah, the island peeps. You know what I mean?
If
like
there's any group of people to eliminate from Canada, it's clearly French Canadians.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Dude, you're gonna get yourself banned. Our producer is fucking French Canadian. This is what Quinn likes to do. He likes to set fire to the fucking ship that he's on.
No, that's all right.
This is why.
That's all right.
No, this is why he gets kicked out of every orgy he's ever been in. This is why they're like, you can't call me a queer. We're all gay, Quinn. You gotta leave. Right? That's why you got sent home. That's why you got sent home.
Yeah, I like to.
He just got canceled.
I like to throw homophobic slurs at the guy sucking my dick. Be like, what would your mother think? You're disgusting.
You fucking idiot.
Yeah, get the tip.
Yeah, make sure you eat my taint. Tastes like my unicycle's fucking seat. There we go. Jesus Christ.
So it's a brain disease that causes aggression. So what is it? They just adopt aggressive personality traits and then they die.
Yeah, they quickly
zombies.
It is the zombie disease. Unironically, this is what we see in zombies. People become like kind of drones. Their personality changes. They become aggressive, and they quickly die. It doesn't take them too long
hallucinate.
To die. And hallucinating, yes.
And then they die.
So hey, yeah, and James. Sorry, I just need to add this. One of the shared hallucinations that everyone is saying is that, I'm not joking, they say that they hear dead people.
Wow.
James is not sleeping tonight. James in the chat, I'm so sorry, James. James, don't worry. It's still in New Brunswick. New Brunswick's a fucking island,
that's
right?
That's what they said about COVID. Remember when COVID was in China and we were all safe here?
God. Yeah, but China's on an island.
But the thing is, people actually fly to China and back. No one flies to New Brunswick.
Unless you're a doctor.
Yeah. Is this
no
why
one goes there?
Is this why Newfies sound the way they do? Is that why they're now the gypsies of Canada? Is that what, like, is this going to just turn New Brunswickians into just like, today in the news?
Yeah, just that plus aggressive rage. Yeah. That's terrifying.
Yes, that's awesome.
It's the homely syndrome, I guess, right? It makes you aggressive and bake cakes for your neighbors.
Yeah, don't take a cab in fucking New Brunswick from now on.
That's hilarious.
Like in the cab fight. All right.
We got some action in the chat here, boys. Jess she says, uncalled for, JR, uncalled for. Can I ban fellow moderators? And the answer, Jess, is yes. You are the head moderator. Okay.
Yeah. Let's go moderator versus moderator right now.
Hey, if you guys among the moderation team, let me know in chat if you want to join the moderation team, by the way. I'll throw you a wrench if you want to get in on this. Well, I'll make you a mod, but Jess is the head mod, so you guys need to respect her authority, number one. And Jess, you can ban anyone for any reason or no reason at all.
That's no my reason. Baby mama.
No reason at all. Okay, so that's your prerogative. All right.
Love it.
Let's see.
Dave Cobb says, I need to get that disease. My personality sucks. That's awesome, Dave. By the way, buy Dave Cobb's Misfortune Cookies. We showed you the poster before the show. He's up in Kelowna. I think he's got a website now. He does. And check him out on social media. His Misfortune Cookies are hilarious. Please check him out. James says, I would never go to New Brunswick. James is scared of New Brunswick now. That's, you know what? Totally legit. Vera Bobo says, let's stop being paranoid. All right, Vera, you know what? We're having fun with it. We're just kind of hoping that this takes out an entire province and then goes away. We're not being paranoid. All right. What else we got? No French in the chat, please, says JR. You have been warned, everyone. Jesus.
Whoa.
Listen,
Hold on. All
we're
right.
a bilingual chat here.
I need a French mod. If some I need one French mod. If there's one French mod in the chat right now, speak up, or someone that wants to be mod, and that
hilarious
is first language French. Okay, first
Dude.
language French.
Yeah, this is hilarious. He's
Yeah,
like, I
you're
wanna
gonna
be
do
a
the
mod.
hiring the same way the government does. Like,
Yeah.
you got to speak French without an accent.
Dude.
But if you speak
funny.
French, you can speak English and barely speak English, and it's
Dude,
fine. You can
that's
just
so-
massacre the English language if you want to, as long as you can speak French
Dude,
fluently.
that's so fucking funny. Me and Jess last night were talking about Trudeau and how it's fucking hilarious how when he first got elected, he goes 50% women in my working for me and 50% men.
Oh,
And they go, why did you do that? And he goes, because it's 2015.
Oh,
And
yeah.
instead of saying, because these are the most qualified people for the job.
he literally admitted, like, hey, this is identity
Yes.
politics bullshit.
Yes,
Like, this is not
because they need jobs and I need to hand it to them because they're not capable of getting the job, so I have to do it for them. Also, I denounce residential schools when my dad was literally in office while they were running in their prime. I'm good.
Oh, yeah.
I'll walk in your parade. Won't
yeah.
donate any money to your cause though. Send you. Oh God. Anyway, I've just ran off onto something else completely.
Hey, is there one person watching us right now that is not subscribed? We're at 59 subs. Can we get one more
Can we get to
goddamn
60
fucking
and-
subscriber?
Yeah, I'll do
Oh,
the
I'm
next
not
show.
subscribed. My bad. There we go.
There we go.
60. Can you bring confetti down right now? We got to 60.
Yeah,
We just landed on the moon.
Yeah, it's coming. There's tons of confetti and VFX on the screen right now. You probably can't see it, but yeah.
It's
Okay,
nice.
60 subscribers, and remember, once we reach 100 subscribers, Justin has committed to do a hot tub stream.
Yep.
We will be streaming from the hot tub.
Yes.
In
Indoor
very,
hot tub.
yeah, very skimpy, very skimpy. Like it is going to be a little bit sexual. So
Okay. Sounds
Sweet.
good. Also, Quinn, that reminds me, we have a project we would like to nominate you for to be a segment on this show. It's a regular segment every week. It involves you
Okay.
and a beverage and maybe some sort of bathing.
there we go.
So you
All
want me to get naked in a bathtub?
I mean,
You know what? We'll explain it later.
yeah. In the after show, we're gonna do an after show on Discord, and
It sounds
we're gonna-
better when we explain it.
I mean, I ride a unicycle for attention. I'll do anything. Like, I don't
Okay.
care. I'll
Yeah.
do it.
all right.
we're
Okay.
gonna. It's the after show on Discord is gonna be all dick pics. Justin's gonna tell us all the people all the comics he beat up, and Quinn's. I think he's gonna get naked. So join us in Discord. I'll actually put up a link in chat right now to Discord. If you haven't joined us in Discord, it's the place where we hang out, we share stories all week. If you want to promo a project that you're doing and you're a comic, come join us in Discord. It's
Sorry, it's a lot of fun, and we're gonna start a fucking comedians video game battle royale. So come join that. I just want sorry to cut you off, Mark. I keep doing that, but Yahoo, the dude says bonjour, je suis moderator. So he really wants to be a moderator, but we will never let Yaz into the power circle because he'll abuse it because he's an Oilers fan. And those people are just the worst. JR Comedy says, soon everyone will be a mod and there will be no audience.
maybe
That's the goal.
maybe that's
Listen,
what we
man,
want.
10,000 mods. Let's get 10,000
Exactly.
mods.
Yeah. No
Power to the
gatekeepers. No
people.
gatekeepers.
Yeah, it's a republic. All right, let's go to the next
It's a
story.
communist show.
Yeah, let's go to the next story.
All right, the next story, gentlemen. So, I mean, because we have a lot of comics here, this might be a little bit disappointing to some of you. We're going to talk about TikTok. So, TikTok, the story here that came out this week. So, first of all, if you remember, during the Trump era, TikTok was a huge problem. I mean, it's a Chinese social media company that is just completely hijacking our dopamine system in a fucking rad way. And they are collecting all sorts of data on us. And Trump, during his presidency, wanted to either ban TikTok outright or force them to sell to an American company so that they know at least that where the data is going. So first of all, Biden just rescinded that that executive order. And now TikTok changed their terms of service this week and gave itself permission to collect biometric data on U.S. users, including face prints and voice prints.
Is that including Canadians too?
Oh, yeah. Everybody that uses TikTok, basically.
How do you give yourself permission? Like, how do you do that? Isn't that just called just doing it?
You have to change your terms. Like, you need to change your terms of service.
Right.
And
so they haven't been doing that already? Like, doesn't Facebook use my voice and my face and all that shit already?
I mean, they claim they don't, but talk about dog food. Even if you don't have a dog, talk about dog food around your phone for an hour and see what happens. See what kind of ads pop up on your phone. So,
but we've already known about that happening. We've all known that, haven't we? Like, yeah, man, I talk about one thing and it comes up like an hour later. Dude, I bought 3 hats, new hats. They'll be featured on the show. Don't you fucking think they won't? I'm gonna be wearing them. And Facebook has nonstop kept advertising those same 3 hats to me. Like, I've already bought it, you fucking idiot. Like, but we've known that's been happening. But China now is taking, you said, our face recognition and our voice recognition.
That's right.
So they're going to be able to create our own AI. Like, they're literally creating the simulation that we're probably already living in.
Well, who knows what really they're doing with the data, but I mean, it's kind of a cliche now where they say, like, if you're on social media, you're not a user, you're the product. And it's very, very cliche, but it's true. And TikTok is no different. I mean, the data that they collect, because it's so popular, wildly popular, is extremely valuable. And I'm sure that they're doing something with it.
Right. So Quinn, are you on TikTok?
I am.
Oh, how do you find it?
I think it's great. I like it.
Do you really?
I mean, I don't like their censorship policies suck. Like, I've been banned for hate speech like 3 times, which is annoying. But I actually do really like it. I think it's good. I think it's encouraged young kids to like be more creative and innovative. And I think it's better than, because like Facebook is just everyone putting their shitty opinion out in text form and yelling and screaming. And TikTok's just like actually a cool space to like find new creators who are doing cool shit.
So you're saying I should get on there?
I think you should. I mean, it's tough for comedians. Like, I had a TikTok that was like blowing the fuck up. Like, I was like, oh shit, this one's going viral. Boom, banned for hate speech.
Right. So that's my other thing. So everyone I know, every single comedian who goes on TikTok instantly goes viral. Every single one of them.
It's bullshit.
Every single one of them. So my question is, are those real followers? Are those real views?
No.
Or are those like
no.
Are those just dead Uyghur accounts?
They're
that China's pretending
this
that
is how China. Oh, Jesus Christ.
When they're taking a break from making Nikes, they're fucking going on TikTok and
like,
making shit.
That's the problem. They're not dead. They're alive. That's their job, is to TikTok all day. Fuck
they're dead inside, Quinn. You know what I mean? They gotta make Nikes, then go like
we're demonetized. We're demonetized, guys. All right.
Did you hear the lights just turned off? The lights just turned off.
Perfect. Thank you. So YouTube, we're going to be sending you another check this week. Every week we got to write YouTube a fucking check.
Yikes.
Yeah. So no, it is true. I mean, a common experience on TikTok is when you begin, you get a lot of views and a lot of popularity.
That's how they hooked everyone in.
There you go.
Yes.
That's what they did. They're really smart. It's really clever, actually. They're like, we're going to make the youth of the nation we're trying to destroy addicted to an app that we developed and we owned. It's fucking brilliant.
But it's also corralling people. It's like hurting them. They're like, hey, do this dance. Hey, do this dance and fucking whatever. And then we'll get you more likes and more subscriptions. So you're literally like, they're dancing. They're the puppeteers. They're like, dance, jump, how high? That's what fucking TikTokers are saying right now. And it's weird. It's a weird conditioning thing. Then on Facebook, like you said, the fucking, the way they demonetize you or tell you can't say these certain things. Facebook suspends me all the time for jokes, like literally like out of context shit. But if they wanted to just stop me from saying mean things, they just delete my shit, right? Instead, they ban me to let me know that my behavior will not be tolerated so that I change my behavior, right? The banning of me, this 30-day suspension is the conditioning, is the compelled speech shit. And we're just like, okay, and just fucking fall for it. And it's gross. So I don't know
what's really gross is like what happened is like when Trump got elected, corporate media was like, oh shit, we're like less relevant than we've ever been. It's because of the internet. So they started putting all this pressure on social media companies
Yes.
to start regulating our speech and to
Yes.
fact check. Oh, and who's the fact checkers? Us, corporate media. So it's them taking back their fucking control. Like, it's
Yes.
fucking terrifying. And the media literally just started putting out piece after piece, like why misinformation is the most terrifying thing in the world. Remember when it was terrorism? What the fuck happened to terrorism? Terrorism's gone. It fucking vanished
Not a
overnight.
thing anymore, bro.
Now the
Not a
biggest
thing.
threat is your like 14-year-old son becoming alt-right because of something he saw on fucking YouTube. And
Yeah.
people are buying it up. It's fucking insane.
Yeah. No, because I accidentally went like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine." Now I'm a fucking Nazi.
No,
and
no,
now that's
don't do
the
that.
lead-
No, don't do
That's
that.
what I'm saying, but I'm not.
I disavow Justin. I do not
didn't-
endorse
No, I'm not.
what he
Me
just
too.
did. I disavow.
I
Quinn,
had no idea that Justin was a Nazi.
Oh,
I'm
Jesus
sorry.
Christ.
He seemed like a nice
All right.
guy.
I don't know what to do now.
Is
Should we
Quinn the new co-host?
should we end the show?
No.
I disavow. Listen to me.
No.
Listen to me. I disavow. I do not condone what Justin just did, okay? And Quinn neither. Quinn is okay.
We're running late.
I support whatever punishment you want to dish out on Justin now that
Okay.
his true feelings and views have come to light. You want
Wow.
to cancel him,
Wow.
make it so he
Wow.
can't work, so he starves to death
Yes.
and dies in the street.
Yes,
I
that's
support that
That's
because
fair.
I support progress and equality
There you go.
and open-mindedness.
There you go.
Wow.
Perfect.
All right. Didn't realize I was on fucking CNN. Sorry, guys. My bad.
And also, yes, Justin, you did bring a good point there. So I just want to let the audience know: are you guys okay to stick around? Because we are going to go a little bit long. Quinn, are you good
Yeah.
to stick around a little bit?
Yeah, man.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, we're gonna do this Elon one, right?
Yeah, and chat, are you guys good to hang out? Let's see
Yes,
some.
chat.
Let's see some ones in the chat. If you guys are good to hang out, maybe another 20.
Just type 1.
Just type 1 if you're good to hang out. So, and we want you to hang out. So just stick around. We got lots of good
Quinn
stuff coming
rants
up.
like Tucker Carlson.
Dave
I will
Cobb.
take that. I will take that as a compliment, good sir.
All right, Quinn, can you give me right now your best Tucker Carlson face?
I can't do his face. I can do his manner though.
Your buddy
That's
Byron
pretty
does
good. That's
does
good.
a great Tucker Carlson.
I coached him through that whole thing. I had to be
Hilarious.
there on set, being like, no, like this, no, like this.
No, I realized I want to be in one of Byron's sketches, but I realized that to be in one, I got to be gay or a minority. I can't be on it as a white man. He's the only
True.
white man allowed in his own sketches.
Yeah,
It's true.
he's really changing the world. All right, so let's move forward. I love this next story, guys. Here we go.
Okay.
All right, Health Canada has come down, and they are they're giving us a warning, us pot smokers. And I think we're all pot smokers here. I think it's not a controversial issue anymore by any means. But Public Safety Minister warns of contamination risk in illicit cannabis in BC.
Oh, wow. Good. Thanks. Talk about literally a drop in the bucket. Like literally of all the things going on right now, you want to, what are they trying to do? They're trying to get me, Justin Nickel, to stop buying from my dealer that I've been buying from since high school. Like, I don't deal with government weed. It sucks. It's garbage.
This is
It's
fucking
overpriced.
hilarious.
It's
Coca-Cola warns that Pepsi will kill you. It's like literally what they're doing.
Weed. They're selling weed and then telling us to watch out for weed. Hey, how about keep an eye on the fentanyl crisis there, federal government? Is that not
Yeah.
a bigger deal? What is happening?
Every dealer acts like they have the best shit in town. The government's no different.
Yes.
That's fucking hilarious.
Don't buy my competitor's stuff. It'll make you get the
Yeah.
munchies. You don't want that.
It'll give
Yeah.
you a little headache. I mean, what I'm thinking is thank you, government. This is not our first rodeo buying illegal drugs.
Yeah.
I've been doing it for about 20 years now. I used to
Yes.
fist fight people on Montreal Road in Ottawa over like a dime bag of like fake weed. So yeah, we've been through the ringer. We're good. Okay, we're good.
Listen, I spent like 8 years doing ecstasy that was made in a fucking bathtub. Okay, you think a little bit of weed scares me? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, bro?
Yeah.
I've been at like raves, like in a fucking Aldergrove farm, like literally doing anything and everything that people hand to me. You think a little weed's gonna scare me? Sit down. I'm okay.
Yeah.
But thanks for the warning.
Yeah, I just took the vaccine. You think a fucking weed's gonna scare me?
Hilarious. Enjoy your Bell's palsy.
Yeah. Hey, if anybody knows about a weed that will give you Bell's palsy, drop me a DM in Discord because that shit sounds awesome. Next story, baseball story here, and I think Justin's gonna have to walk us through. So, there's a fella here called Josh Donaldson who's been spilling the tea, as the internet kids say these days. So, what's going on here, Justin?
So basically, Josh Donaldson came out a few weeks ago, and Josh Donaldson was one of the best hitters in the league when he played for the Toronto Blue Jays, my team. I actually boycotted baseball for a year because baseball is the biggest cheating sport in the world right now. It used to be soccer, now it's baseball. Basically, I boycotted baseball because the Boston Red Sox, the Houston Astros won the World Series 2 years back-to-back, cheating by stealing signals. Now, it's one thing to have someone see the catcher signals and then decipher like the code, but it's another thing when you're using cameras and Apple Watches and shit like that, right? And that's what these teams were doing. So I boycotted baseball. Now I'm back, and I love the Blue Jays. I've just took a year off, and no one cared that I boycotted, so now I'm back. And
you really made a difference.
I did, yeah. I was that chick who like chained herself to a log, like in the forest. I was like, I'm not leaving.
You're like,
right?
You're all the fucking white dudes burning their Nikes after the Kaepernick shit.
Yes. Exactly. I didn't burn anything because I still want to wear it. Anyways, but so Josh Donaldson is now not near the player that he used to be. Okay. And he said he's bitter. He's like, I'll explain why. I'm going to spill the beans on why all these pitchers are doing so well. So the major league pitchers are better than ever, throwing up numbers that you haven't seen in 10 years. And it's because they're cheating. They're cheating with grippy shit, right? They got like this thing called spider tack, and guys are using it to be able to grip the ball better. And the beautiful thing about this spider tack is it doesn't rub off on the ball. It stays on your fingers, right? So you can grip the ball and you can whip that shit and spin it and have much better effective pitches. Guys are also using sunscreen. So they wear sunscreen in the game and they wipe their head. Boom, they got some juice on the ball. Now it's slipping out of their hand. And
is that considered cheating?
Of course it is. It's cheating, but not cheating.
Why?
Like, no, listen, because
to wear sunscreen and go like this for a second?
No, but listen. Hey, listen. I'm pale and I'm white. Quinn, I'm Scottish heritage. I need sunscreen. I'm not cheating. I'm just hot. And I just happen to wipe my face. That's not cheating, is it? It's not cheating. It's cheating, but it's not cheating, right? That's what's going on in baseball. They're walking the line.
What if they drink a coffee before they play for more energy? Is that cheating? Like,
no, but in the 70s, players were doing methamphetamines, and that's probably cheating.
I mean, yeah.
There's a guy that pitched a no-hitter on acid, I think, right? Isn't that a famous story in baseball?
For the Pittsburgh Pirates in like 79 or something like that. Yeah. That was unworldly. But this one, like, guys are using specific bubble gum that they can use, and then they lick their fingers, and then they fucking have a grip on the ball. Here's the thing. The league changed the baseball to make it denser with less seams so pitchers can't fucking get the whip on it. So every 5 years, the hitters start cheating, and then 5 years later, the pitchers start cheating. So it just works itself out. Everyone just needs to relax. They say this is the new steroids of baseball. It is not, okay? People like it. The baseball's going down the tube. So really any scandal is good for baseball.
That's true.
You know what I mean? They need something. Like the Major League Baseball's advertising this scam. And but now you have picket line crossers. You have players ratting out other players. They're their union brothers, right? And it's just hilarious to me. And think about it like this. I was thinking about it with Mark. We were talking about this in another sport, like because pitchers are licking their fingers when they have gum, and that gives them like a sticky grip. Well, think about other sports where players lick their fingers, like football. Quinn, you know this, right? In football, a quarterback has to put his hand when he huts the ball under the taint of his center, right? So in football, Tom Brady, every down, his top of his hand is touching the asshole and taint of his center, right? And he'll give him a little tap on the cup as to when to hut the ball, right? So then he huts the ball. He's now got that center who's like a 400-pound man. He's got his ball sweat on his hand. And then next play, Tom Brady's in the huddle going like, all right, here we go. Here we go. Give me the ball. And I'm just saying that Tom Brady is a taint licker. That's all. That's basically what this story comes down to.
Come on.
Oh.
I hate you, Tom Brady. I hate you, Tom Brady.
Sports sound pretty gay, bro.
I'll tell you one thing. It's extremely homophobic, but yet the gayest shit I ever experienced has been on sports teams. 100%.
Oh, yeah.
120%.
The
Yeah,
rights.
but the closeted guy always does gay shit under the guise of I'm being homophobic, but it really is.
No, he's like, I'm hazing you. I'm hazing you. Come here and shave my balls, rookie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or in hockey, it was like coming on toast or something. I mean, that's
cracker.
a cracker.
A cracker.
Yeah.
It's called a Limp Biscuit.
Oh, hockey players are scumbags. It's so funny when there's like a fucking Me Too allegation or like, we found out that this hockey player was a piece of garbage. Everyone's like, we're so shocked. I'm like, why?
No,
like,
I'm just like, he did it. He did it.
Like, did you not grow up in the same country as me? Hockey players were always the biggest scumbags. They were.
I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Out of every sport, like if you're like hockey players always took the cake for like doing fucked up shit to each other.
Well, not to other people though. Like, there's no drunk driving or like, getting arrested. That's the NFL. Let's just take it.
That's
for honestly,
true.
Like,
they beat their wives in the NFL.
All right. Well, you said it, not me. Thanks. Thanks.
All right. Allegedly.
Every sport has their own issues,
Yeah, that's true.
Cricket, I hear. Cricket, they are massive fucking like jaywalkers. A lot of jaywalking in cricket.
Holy shit, man. Yeah.
All right, next story. Let's get to Elon.
Okay, all right. So it is everybody's favorite segment, Billionaire Beat. So this is where we talk about the best people in the world, the richest people in the world, the smartest people in the world.
Our
overlords, the billionaires. So this big story on Billionaire Beat this week, gentlemen, is that there was a shocking report that came out, and it's reported here in the BBC. The U.S. super rich, so we're talking about the elite of the elite, the Jeff Bezos, the Warren Buffetts, the Elon Musk. It turns out, as probably everybody knew, but now we have proof that they pay no taxes, almost no taxes at all.
Well, that makes sense because, they own us and we need overnight shipping. So it's like, if I want my fucking whatever, my fucking wish.com or whatever the fuck I order from Amazon bullshit, I want it overnight. Jeff can't pay taxes. You can't have both, guys. So, you know what I mean? Like, Jeff comes to town, he goes, hey, I got a factory. I'm going to employ 8,000 people. It's going to look really good on you, Mayor fucking what's your face. And they go, okay, cool. And he goes, but I'm not paying taxes. And they're like, okay. And now we're left in this situation where these guys are pulling trillions of dollars combined out of our economy.
Wait, are they personally not paying taxes or their companies
personally
aren't paying taxes?
I mean, Amazon pays almost no taxes. Everybody knows that. But we're talking personally. The individuals are paying almost zero in income tax.
What was the total? Do we know the total?
Let me look it up here real quick.
It would be in the billions.
Oh, yeah.
It would be in the billions.
We're talking a shit ton of money that they would pay,
But here's the thing. Why doesn't the media, who looks out for us, who has our best interest at heart, right? Who's like every day letting us know what's going on with COVID because they care about us, right? Why wouldn't they tell us that the billionaires don't get to have to pay any taxes whatsoever? Why wouldn't they? Wouldn't you think that was a big deal? Is it possible, guys, that the media and the fucking news is lying to us?
No.
No
Absurd.
way.
Absurd.
Just saying.
I just asked a Facebook fact checker and he said you're wrong.
All right.
Did he?
I do have a figure here. So ProPublica, using data collected by Forbes magazine, said the wealth of the 25 richest Americans collectively jumped by $401 billion between 2014 and 2018. But during that time, the top 25 richest Americans paid only $13.6 billion on $401 billion in revenue. So I don't know if you guys looked at your tax return, your if you paid your taxes this year, that's not a big number. Paying 16.
What percentage is that? That's very low, right?
Extremely low. I'm
paying like 32% in tax right now, 28% in income tax.
That's right. And that's less than, it's got to be less than, I can't do math. Someone in chat. In chat do math.
But this is what I'm saying is Jeff Bezos doesn't pay tax, right? And then he, out of jealousy of Elon Musk, like just so jealous of Elon, just so clearly jealous of Elon, is like, oh, he's got a space program. Well, I'm going to start a space program. And then they both bid on a contract, a government contract, that cost around what 10 billion or something like that.
That's
was
right.
it, Mark?
Yeah, it was for a lander. So Blue Origin was competing against Tesla to build a lander to go on the moon. And
and then
not Tesla, SpaceX. Sorry, SpaceX.
SpaceX. So SpaceX wins the grant, or wins the contract, right? And then Jeff Bezos gets upset. He's hurt. He's butthurt. That's a huge hit to the ego of the like real life Lex fucking Luthor or whatever. And he goes, I want $10 billion. And the government, Congress gives it to him. They give him $10 billion that he didn't even lose just because of his pet project that fucking cost him a few dollars. The guy's worth 180 billion and they give him $10 billion. They didn't give a dollar to fucking restaurants or to like local businesses that broke down. And I'm sick of this shit. And I'm tired of bailing out billionaires for fucking nothing with taxpayer money. So this is my new theory. I think if a billionaire wants to be bailed out with government money, they have to drink a pint of piss on national television in front of all of us, like a Black Mirror episode. They have to drink an entire pint of piss. Now, look, you're Jeff Bezos. You can get the best piss. Like you get Margot Robbie to piss in a pint glass, but you got to drink it so that I see you being humiliated. I'm like, all right, fine. Give him the 10 bill. I wouldn't have drank it. You know what I mean? At least something. These fucking assholes.
I think they should have to like work at McDonald's for a week.
Yes. And also drink a pint of piss. That's really
that's good too.
Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, it would definitely be satisfying, if anything.
Yes. This is fucking stupid, man. And we have no say and we can't do shit. Look, is it safe to say that these billionaires have more money and power than the actual people that we elect? Is it safe to say that now?
Well,
absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Has that ever been controversial? And also, why the fuck are they all trying to leave Earth? What do they know that we don't? Or is it just like white people doing what they do? It's like we're done pillaging the Earth. Now we want to go pillage space.
Oh my God.
Like we fucked this planet to death. I'm done fucking its corpse. Now I want to go do that in space.
Let's go fuck Mars.
Let's go fuck Mars.
Yeah. Mars will fuck us.
I mean, yeah, and I unironically think Jeff Bezos' net worth is crazy. It's like, I think it's like I'm not sure, but it's in the billions, the hundreds of billions. I really believe if any individual ever declares $1 trillion in personal net worth, it's guillotine time. And I'm not just saying that because I'm French. I think we should actually have guillotines and start lopping these people's heads off. Allegedly.
All right.
But Bezos...
Let's go to the...
Sorry, hold on. Let's just cover this real quick because we were talking about Bezos. And Bezos, he's also in the news because Blue Origin is about to launch a rocket. And it is a manned rocket. There's going to be people on the rocket. And one of the people going up in space on that rocket is Jeff Bezos. So someone put together a petition on change.org saying petition to not allow Jeff Bezos re-entry to Earth. So it now has 2,946 signatures. They're looking for 5,000. So look it up. Please sign this.
It would have more if fucking Bezos didn't control the internet like you just told us earlier.
There you go. He can shut it down in a second, but they can't stop the people. The text here is pretty funny. They say Jeff Bezos is actually Lex Luthor, disguised as the supposed owner of a super successful online retail store. However, he's actually an evil overlord hell-bent on global domination. We've known this for years. Jeff has worked with the Epsteins and the Knights Templar, as well as the Freemasons to gain control over the whole world. He's also in bed with the flat earth deniers. It's the only way they'll allow him to leave the atmosphere. Meanwhile, our government stands by and lets it happen. So if you guys believe, in this cause, I would encourage you to sign the petition. Sign the petition.
Quinn, what was the name of that fucking ship that blew up when they were televising the Columbia or something like that?
I was just thinking about that. I was just trying to remember that. If that happens, if that thing explodes with Jeff Bezos in it, we're gonna be partying for a month straight. Like the world's gonna like.
Yeah, and you know that Bill Gates did it because Bill Gates is now literally being thrown under the bus for Epstein Island because Jeff Bezos and the Washington Post exposed him. Shot across the bow. Now this is fucking Bill Gates's chance. You know what I mean? He's going to Ray Donovan that spaceship and Jeff is going to blow into a million pieces and that's going to be awesome. And that just seems fitting for the guy. I think that's a very good fitting end for a comic book villain. And that's exactly what Jeff Bezos has turned into. So
absolutely.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Let's go to the chat here for a second. JR is just saying these all sound like conspiracy facts. These don't sound like conspiracies. And James, what did James say? James says Jeff Bezos looks like a creep. He sure does. Yahoo the Dude says Bernie Sanders has been saying this all the time about billionaires not paying taxes. He blames Republicans for giving tax breaks. Hate to break it to you, Yahoo the Dude. Democrats are on board too. They are just one in each other. They're all a bunch of assholes. Just
they're all on the
hey
same
y'all.
team. It's all neoliberal, corporatist.
Yeah. JR says Mars Attack sequel called Mars Fucks. Well, do you know what? If you were aliens and you had this much more power, wouldn't you do that? Wouldn't you come over here like Vikings? Just be like, give us all your women and children. See you later, dudes, and just eviscerate all of us. So that does make sense. And Bezos looks like Agent 47 in that pic. JR says, if it explodes, Amazon packages will just rain from the sky. Absolutely.
That would be awesome.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
All right, what's the next one, man?
Well, this is the last little bit of our Billionaire Beat segment. So we can't forget about our boy Elon Musk. So we talked about Bezos. Now we're talking about Musk. And Musk is in the news because he is apparently getting targeted by Anonymous.
Yes. Not apparently.
Right.
Straight up. And I love it. I love it. This was so juicy. It gave me a conspiracy boner this week. I'm so glad we finally got to talk about it. But Anonymous came out. Quinn, did you see the video?
No, I did not. I read articles on this though.
Okay. So Anonymous came out and basically were like, hey, Elon, you think you're so slick. You think you're so loved. Elon came out earlier with Dogecoin. I don't know if you know, but basically gave the heads up about Dogecoin to a community of people right after the whole stock market crash AMC thing, and seemed like an ally. And he's like, hey, buy Dogecoin right now. So everyone bought Dogecoin. I didn't buy Dogecoin because Mark told me not to. And if I had, I would have made 10 grand. So Mark owes me 10 grand. And, but the thing is, Marcus told me not to buy other things that I would have bought. And if he hadn't told me not to, I would have bought that and lost thousands more. So, so Mark's like a hero and a villain all in the same time. Anyway, so Elon was really endearing himself to people by saying, buy this coin, buy this thing. Then you find out later that I read an article that said one person owns $30 billion worth of Dogecoin, but we don't know who it is because cryptos are anonymous, right? We know that it was fucking Elon, right? He pumps the shit up to 70 cents from 0.07, okay? Makes probably what, Mark? I don't know, billions off of that?
Yeah.
He's making more money manipulating crypto than he is off of Tesla right now.
And he's tanking all the crypto at the same time.
But then he pumps and dumps. He pumps and dumps and takes his money and leaves town. And Anonymous had fucking had it, and they just step up. And Anonymous is just, you gotta love them, dude. I love them. The whole way they operate is just fucking amazing. I think they might have been a part of the whole Amazon crash, and I just feel like they might be having their hand in the cookie jar of everything. And they go, hey, Elon, we know what you're doing. We got shit on you that people don't even know about. And then they start listing horrible things, like the way they've manipulated Africa for their mining and all these things. And I'm like, that's not the dirt. Like, they're literally giving you dirt and saying, we have dirt so much dirtier. And if you don't stop fucking with crypto, we're going to let you know what's up. And then I haven't heard from Elon since. Have you, Mark?
No. I mean, he's kind of poking his head out, but it's so suspect what he did with Bitcoin. I don't buy it at face value. He said that, he got rid of, or he's like kind of disengaged with Bitcoin because it's wasteful and it's environmentally. I mean, all this shit
was
known.
such a piss off. That was ridiculous.
It's so stupid. It's so stupid. And yeah, they're big Bitcoin farms in China and Russia that are powered by coal plants, but it's stupid. It's all this information was out there before he, this was known. He didn't just buy billions in Bitcoin and like, oh my God, I just discovered that it's actually bad or it's actually not good. Yeah. So that
when you're a billionaire, the world is just like your fucking playground.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're not and normal people's lives don't matter. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they could just do this. Like, Louis C.K. had a great bit about, like, if I was a billionaire, like, that's enough money that I could, like, buy the NFL and make them all wear dresses. I could just do that. You know what I mean? And he's like, and I totally would. Yeah. And then it's like, look at Elon's essentially doing that with Bitcoin and crypto, just like completely manipulating the market. Cause like, there's obviously no laws around this because it takes government forever to catch up, but it's like absolutely stock manipulation. Like, I just out in the open.
Elon manipulates crypto, but he was the one trying to create a governing body, a board to not validated, what's the word I'm looking for? Regulate it.
Yeah.
After he's been fucking with it, after he's gotten his claws into it, he's like, now let's regulate around me and my stranglehold on crypto. So this guy is a bad dude, and Anonymous comes in just to remind us. And if you watch the Anonymous video, I don't know if Mark can, no, you can't play it obviously, but if you watch the Anonymous video, it sounds like Jeff Bezos wrote half of the fucking script. It's like, you know, just because you're a billionaire with a space program, you're not the only billionaire with a space program.
That's hilarious.
You're not the only billionaire with a space program. You just have a cult following online. Like, he's so jealous. And he hired Anonymous to go after Elon like they just sewered Bill Gates. Listen to me. Jeff Bezos has got us, guys. We are Jeff Bezos's fucking kittens at this point. I hate to break it to you.
Can I add something? Because I think there's an angle here that you guys are not seeing. So, and this is going to be a little bit of a red pill for you guys, okay?
All right.
Anonymous is bullshit. It does not exist. It's a bunch of fucking bedwetter, fucking basement-dwelling fucking nerds with no power, no reach, and no actual fucking ability. These are people that were breastfed till they were fucking 25, and now they wear their little Guy Fawkes mask. You guys are fucking pussies, and I dare you. I fucking dare you, Anonymous. Don't come at me. Come at Justin. Come at Quinn. Come at people in our chat, okay? Come at us. If you're really all that powerful, fucking come at us, you bedwetting fucking nerds.
Oh my God, my bank account's gonna be emptied tomorrow. Literally, I'm gonna be on the no-fly list in 12
Quinn
hours.
looked a little bit scared there. Quinn looked a little bit scared. I
was enthralled.
Anonymous is no, like, joking aside, it's a little bit of a meme. It's a little bit of a meme now.
100% it is. They got no teeth. They got no teeth. Wow, you can prove something. They'll just bury it.
How many times? Remember the 5th of November? How many fucking Novembers have we passed now where fuck all happened? What has Anonymous done? There are hackers out there. Don't get me wrong. There's serious people doing some serious shit. But Anonymous is, at this point, it's just a fucking product.
Haven't they like brought light to some shit and like made people pay some fucking fines? That's kind of something, right? Better than what fucking we did.
That would actually be hilarious if like Anonymous came out, like we've got all this dirt on Elon Musk and it's like he didn't pay 6 parking tickets.
No, dude, he doesn't pay taxes. What do you think he's gonna pay a fucking parking ticket?
That would just be amazing if that was the dirt and everyone's just like, yeah, all right, cool.
All right.
But like Elon could kill an orphan and they'd be like, yeah, but he had to because now we could get to Mars like in 5 days.
Hey.
So it wouldn't matter. He's that far gone.
Hey, if you want to make an omelet, you got to break some eggs, right? You gotta all right. So we're having the chat is asking for the alien, for the UFO segment, Justin. So can we jump in? This is the last segment of the night. I want to thank everybody, by the way.
Thanks for sticking it out, guys.
Yeah, thanks for sticking out. Quinn, thank you for coming on the show. You've been awesome. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we'd love to have you back again, especially since you know how to figure out your audio and video. That's become one of my top ways I judge people. Can
I just sorry before
yeah,
you
go ahead.
I want to ask Jay. I want to ask Jay, the moderator, because people in chat have been going off. We're running really long, so likely next week. So James wants the UFOs. We're gonna give you some UFOs, okay? We're just gonna give you some because the people who stay here loyally and want to go. Quinn looks like he's tired. We're gonna run through it real quick. But JR is asking, what do you guys think? He's saying if they don't do any real change and do anything, what do you guys think? So yeah, we basically Anonymous is just a group of hackers who somehow managed to get these videos out and they can't be traced. They look tough, but they don't do shit.
It's a bunch of bedwetting, fat, basement-dwelling fucking script kitties.
The term is unfuckable hate nerd.
There you go. All right. Anything else in the chat, Justin?
Not that I can see. Just that JR agrees with you. Jessica Mraz keeping it real in the chat. She's being a real moderator. We love her to death. Don't fuck with Jess. You mess with the bull, you get the horns. And everyone else, thanks. We're going to talk about the Habs, but we can't. Ty, sorry. Right. All the Canadians fans, we can't. We'll do it next week. Just real quick before we get into the UFOs, I just want to say this. Habs fans remind you every fucking week how little success their team has had. They literally just lose it after like fucking every round, like they just won the cup. And it's like, dude, it's so annoying. It's like your little kid who's like, hey, I put the ball in the bucket. And you're like, yeah, you're holding the bucket. Congratulations. That's Habs fans right now. Anyways, continue. UFOs, go.
Alrighty, so it is time for the last segment of the night, my favorite segment, the Conspirafact segment. So
Conspirafacts.
Yeah, and I'm going to admit tonight is a little bit, there is some speculation here because we're talking about secret leaked documents that I have obtained. All right, so on screen now, it's going to be difficult to read, but we've discussed this before. The U.S. government recently, the Department of Defense, has confirmed that UFOs are not only real, but they have also confirmed that they verified the U.S. military inventory, the Special Access Program inventory, and have confirmed that the things that the military are seeing in the sky, that civilians are seeing in the sky, are real, but they are not part of United States military inventory. So, one, it's real. It is not ours. And it's fucking with us. So now,
only military shit.
I mean,
it's not showing up to an elementary school and bouncing around and being like, "Oh, hey, look at me, kids."
Actually,
right?
It's
not a pedophile UFO. It's just a fucking army UFO. That's all.
It's funny you mentioned that because there have been landings, full-on landings. There's one in Australia and one in Africa. Landings. UFO landings with people coming out. I'll talk about it next week. I'll actually talk about that. No, I'm not joking. I'm not joking. And it's very, very well documented. All right. So what we have...
Justin, do you not believe in aliens?
No, I didn't say that. I'm saying I didn't hear about this. We didn't talk about this pre-fucking show. And I need to be prepared. My balls are sweating now. All of a sudden.
Oh, yeah. No, there was an aerial school landing in, I believe this in Zimbabwe, and there was a famous landing in Australia. Very well documented, seen by hundreds of people, including adults, that confirm, this happened. So we'll talk about that next week. But this week, I want to talk about what's on screen now. So what we have here, it's going to be very difficult to read for the audience, but it is a leaked page of a classified portion of the upcoming UAPTF, the Unidentified Aerial Phenomena Task Force, that have been commanded to issue a report 6 months ago on what the fuck is going on in the sky. What are these military incursions? So there's going to be an unclassified report that's released to the public on June 25th. So it's happening on June 25th. But here is a leaked portion of the classified part. And what this says is they have studied the UFOs. They have studied these vehicles. And the only way they can't catch them because they're too fast. They're
too fast.
They're displaying technology that we don't understand. And hold on. They did a behavioral study on them. They looked at their behavior, and apparently these UFOs have behaviorally the equivalent of the minds of a parrot or a puppy.
Okay, so we know they have a mind. Dude, can we not agree that these are clearly just fucking Chinese AI androids? By the way, can we just agree to that? Like, that's what's happening right now. Can we get some more likes in the comments too? By the way, there's 9 people. Please like us more. But like, I think this is Chinese AI just fucking with us. So America had AI fly a fighter jet and kill somebody, right?
Yeah.
Right. So China's got this AI bouncing around like a fucking fly on your fucking MacBook screen, right? That's what I think. I don't know. Am I wrong?
Well, I mean, a lot of the best thinking on what's actually happening, you might not be wrong because, I mean, there's two possibilities. Either we're dealing with because the alien hypothesis is actually does not make sense for what's happening. They've also, the UAPTF has studied the objects were defined objects, these manufactured objects. They said it's very unlikely it's alien. We're dealing with either Chinese and Russian tech that is just next level, or we're dealing with an as yet undiscovered species that has been living here on planet Earth with us, in parallel with us the whole time. Essentially like a breakaway civilization.
So, or
why is it unlikely that it's aliens? Like, what goes into that theory?
Yep. So there's a couple of there's a couple of really, really good things. So if we look at the history of ufology, there have been so many visitations, and if you believe in the abduction phenomena, there's basically if these are space traveling aliens that are crossing the galaxy to us in this technology that is just next level. And they wouldn't need to land to survey Earth. If they're here on a scientific survey, they wouldn't be landing here every other day and kidnapping people and anally probing them and fucking with them. That it's nonsensical. The behavior of it's like if we discovered an Amazon jungle and every day for 70 years we went there and anally probe one of them.
But maybe there's some
no,
bad
but
apples.
that doesn't necessarily mean that they're not aliens. You know what I mean?
Maybe
Like,
there's some bad anal probing aliens that the alien community looks down on. Do you know what I mean, Quinn?
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Or maybe
Like,
it's just like a
goddamn it,
virtual reality show where it's like, we sent another alien to go rape a human on Earth. Tune in next week.
You know what? That sounds like a Japanese game show. I'm going to be honest with you. That sounds like
it does.
Seen those game shows?
I would watch that. Another thing, too, is that the reported humanoids that have been reported to come out of UFOs, even the way the UFOs are constructed, we're talking about manufactured ships, and we're talking about humanoid figures. So the only reason we're humanoid here on Earth is because the gravity is such and the air and nitrogen is such that's basically made us the shape that we are. On different planets, there's no way, almost no possibility, even looking at the planets in our solar system, if something grew up on Venus, it would not look like us. It wouldn't be the same height. It would not be the same shape. It would
on Saturn, it would be a gaseous, like a gas-filled fucking entity.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And the top thinking on alien life is they say it could be so strange that we wouldn't even recognize it if we saw it. We couldn't even tell what it is. We couldn't even think to ourselves, this is an alien.
So Stalin did he mutilated people to look like aliens to scare the US, right? He did that. He fucking did that, and then crashed a plane that looked like a UFO and to scare the US into thinking it. So listen, you said this might be a huge distraction for us. So it's either some sort of AI UFO from the future, or it's just a huge distraction. And I think that distraction is to fucking distract us from the fact that Logan Paul and Floyd Mayweather's fight was fucking rigged.
Well, there you go. There you go. And you're not wrong, because I got an article up here because the U.S. have had they're doing their report and the whole media now is talking about aliens. China is now getting in the game. They're starting their own task force to look into UAP or UFOs, and they're going to use AI. They're going to, we're just using people. They're going to use AI to actually analyze all of this.
Listen, China, this is China, Quinn. I know Quinn is hoping that like green men are going to come out and party and ride a unicycle. But what I think is happening is China's AI is coming here and just fucking with the US and just flexing, just pulling their butts out and mooning them and just fucking with them. That's what this is. And I think it's hilarious until we get fucking nuked. Then it's not that hilarious.
No, dude, I think it's aliens. But what I am wondering is, why is the government talking about it right now?
Oh, man.
My theory is that they've known forever that these exist and that they were most likely aliens, but they were like, they're not fucking with us, whatever, like, just like, we'll look into it. But there's got to be a reason for why they're coming out and speaking about this at all. They'll only do that if it's in a way to advantage them. So my thinking is it's either like a way to kind of promote a world peace situation if we are around the corner for being at war with China, or they're realizing, identity politics isn't working enough to divide the nation. So we're now going to all hate aliens.
Yes, absolutely.
Hey.
Well, Ronald Reagan, this is a page out of Ronald Reagan's playbook, right?
That's
right.
If
fucking, just so you know, if we were abducted or if people came from another galaxy, we'd come together, right? We'd come together as a species, right? It's like the billionaires are the fucking invaders. Let's get together and fuck those dudes up.
Dude, the next SJW cause is going to be like pro-alien, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like you're going to see comics on Facebook like, I stand with our fellow things that are alive that aren't from this world. You know what I mean? It'll be like profile pictures where they're like fucking green faces, and they'll add a different shade of green to the pride flag to represent aliens.
Yeah, no, and like hold up signs like saying, I voted for Kodos.
Yeah.
When they take us over. All right, you know what? We're running out of time. It's 10:32. We're going over, Mark. We should call it, yeah?
Let's call it.
Quinn, man, dude, Quinn, you were great, dude. We love you, bro. We're gonna have you on again. Did you have fun?
Yeah, dude, I had a blast. Thanks for having me on, man. This was fun.
All right, so Quinn, check out Quinn's podcast called The Bro Show. Check him out on the street busking. He'll be on a unicycle in a leotard, waving
That's
a
right.
fucking bunch of flags, bunch of different flags.
That's right.
I love him. He's a great street performer. He's a great comedian. I'm gonna have him on my show in July. I love him to death. Quinn, thank you so much for being here. Mark, thanks for doing all the tech, and especially thanks to everyone who stuck it out for an hour and a half. All 10,000 viewers. We love you. Please like the video and subscribe. Next week we're gonna come with a bunch of hot new topics, and we're gonna have Quinn on again soon. We love you all to death. Thanks to our moderators. Thanks to everyone who chatted. Have a great night. We'll see you next week. Cheers.